Nope, not that one. That one. There we go. I know how to use...
There you go. My computer doesn't mind having Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legend up, and not Minecraft at the same time.
Uh-huh. That's how we introduce this. Okay, welcome. This is the Immaterial Gamers Podcast. It's Ryan. He's apparently remembered how to be a host again after 2 weeks of not doing it.
We just let him out.
Why was I
What?
not around 2 Saturdays ago? 2 Sundays ago.
We just let you out.
Royal Rumble, that was it, wasn't it? I couldn't.
That was last week.
No, that was the other wrestling. So we had the watch. I had the watch party with Paul 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't feeling great, which is why I asked if anyone could do it last minute. Last week I was at the actual wrestling. Oh, I'm Ryan, by the way. That's Stefan, as you can see on the screen, or if you can hear.
I can't see your hair, so what can I do?
Tap in Morse code, if you could.
How does that help if I can't see your hair?
Not for you to worry about. I wouldn't worry too much about it. This is going to be an awkward enough podcast as it is. How has your week been, Steph? Before we talk about what's being played and the inevitable trash fire that's going to occur.
Well, I've gone back to work.
Yes, you have.
That it is workish.
It is workish.
Yeah. It's doing what I normally do. It's the same old thing.
Yeah.
And then playing new games.
Playing new game. Yeah, new game. Yeah. God, I don't know if there's going to be a disclaimer big enough when we eventually get there. Like we said, I've not been here for a couple of weeks. Been in the editing mines for the Fantasy League, and I was also at the wrestling last Sunday. Went and watched the next Sovereign Pro Wrestling show, which was heavy as the head, at the Manchester Academy. I've never been to the Academy before. It certainly looks like a place where bands play for students.
It's alright, Ryan. We forgive you.
It's been a long time since I've been a fucking student, I'll tell you that.
That's it, Ryan. It's okay. We forgive you.
Look, it was enjoyable. It overran. It overran hugely. The doors were supposed to... Well, we were supposed to be kicked out at 8. The last match ended at... What should we say, Martin? 20 past 9? Yeah, somewhere about there. So, that happened. But, other than that, I've also played relatively new game. Not as controversial as that game, but still controversial if you're someone who doesn't just immediately absorb and instantly love everything Sega releases. But we'll get to that point. How do we want to do this? Do we want to talk about what game you've played first, or what game I've played first?
Let's start with you.
We'll start with me.
I'm curious about yours.
Okay, so what's the best way to describe this?
I don't know, because I don't know what game it is.
Mum, can we have Zelda Breath of the Wild?
No, son. That's what you've been playing.
Yeah, no, son. We have Zelda Breath of the Wild at home. Sonic Frontiers is the Zelda Breath of the Wild at home. Released. What was it? It was only a couple of months ago, wasn't it? It was last year, but I finally got it due to a lovely £125 slots win. And I could have made choices of buying anything I wanted, and I bought a t-shirt that I have checked the Twitch terms of services, by the way. Political statements can be worn. Therefore, I'll be at one point once it eventually arrives. There is a plain white T-shirt with graffiti saying "Fuck the Tories" has been placed on, which has been placed on it. That'll be fun to wear on the first podcast once it arrives. First stream when it arrives. Oh, camera, decide. There you go. Better. So, yeah. So, Sonic Frontiers is an open world Sonic the Hedgehog game. It's curious. I'm enjoying it to a point. It's another Sega 3D game by Sonic Team that's janky as God knows what.
You love it though.
I enjoy it though. I do. I actually am enjoying it. It's nice. It's nice. So
I just love saying Sonic can't swim, Ryan.
well, I know, Steph. That's a situation last night while I was sharing the stream or sharing the game in Discord. The jankiness of the game led to the constant conversation of Steph going, or me
Sonic
falling
can't
off something,
swim.
then Steph going,
Sonic can't swim, Ryan.
I know, Stefan, and then I'd respawn and do the same thing again. It happened about, what, 3 times?
Yep.
Yeah, I got more exasperated each time because it's got potential. Got to keep an eye on. There's no point in me trying to keep an eye on the League of Legends. I'll just watch the game afterwards. Just look, spoilers. Spoilers. G2 and BDS are in a best of 3, and they're in the 3rd game, and therefore the LEC is making my life a misery when it comes to clipping highlights for the objective highlights for each bleeding game, because they managed to take a situation where I would normally have to edit 15 clips or like 15 videos, and currently at this rate I could be editing 17 videos out of the 18 that are possibly there, so that's fun. I mean, this will come out on a Thursday. Who's gonna know? Who's even watching? Hello.
People watch.
Yeah. But yeah, it's to put it down to it. It's like Ubisoft made a Sonic game. There's just your Sonic. You run around various open world islands with geometry all over the place. It does pop in and out badly. That's confirmed. I wouldn't say it's like a complete. Actually, this is leading me to a situation. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's not bad. It's not as bad as Sonic 06. Then
I have
again,
no idea about Sonic 06.
a diseased toe is not as bad as Sonic 06. So what's that saying?
That you're bad.
No, what I'm saying is that Sonic 06 is bad, very bad, and that's
What
even.
is it?
Yes, it absolutely is. Why do you think me and Duncan were going to go and do a 12 hours 2 idiots of it? While we're here, by the way, unfortunate bit of news number 1 is that people have been playing Hogwarts Legacy. An unfortunate piece of news number 2 is that we lost a 4-legged friend of the Immaterial Gamers today.
Still blame Ryan.
Don't blame me.
I have to blame someone.
What? Old age? Not me. Only 35. Damn it. Only 35. Thank you. I've still got a good half of my life to go yet. So,
Is it really good?
Yes, actually.
We sure.
Yes. Well, one of Duncan's doggos, Max, died.
The Maximus.
Wait, you're saying Duncan's dogs pulled a gladiator?
Duncan's dog deserves
I am
it.
Maximus Doggus Barcus. Is that how that works? You see, this is the problem with us being so free flowing as a podcast. We don't even know what the hell's going on. Yeah, but
He's also a lord.
Lord Maximus Dogus Barcus.
Yep.
Fair enough.
The third.
The third. Do you want to pull a Daenerys Targaryen on this? Do you just want to keep going?
No, I'm good.
Are you good? You just there,
Yeah.
Lord Maximus Dogus Barcus the Third.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Don't say another one now. Don't say. Yeah, but from what was placed in our
Max
Discord
was
today,
knighted by the corgis of the Queen.
I did not.
Well, you know.
Wow. Okay. So that's just how that works then. That's just how it works. But yeah, sir. No, I'm adding titles now. Dear God. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's
Right.
it's a shame.
There's no more titles. That's it. Stop it.
We just wish Duncan's okay in regards to that, just to because the hits keep coming with that poor fucker. That's all I'm telling you. Not great. Things just need to
Stop hitting him there.
stop. Back off.
Is that a no?
No, that's a feck off to you for even suggesting the idea that I would. I don't hit people while they're down.
Well, you just hit them before they go down, don't you?
No. I'll wait for them to get back up again.
And then I push them over.
I get knocked down, but I get up again, and therefore you've just knocked me down again. That's not how the song goes. Sonic. So yeah, big open world maps, collectibles all over the place, odd bits of geometry. The story is you're Sonic. You're going to explore an island because you felt like it with Tails and Amy, who they've made her a fleshed out character with. This is a bit of a shock one. They've made Amy have a character defining trait that's not just obsessive weirdo stalker of Sonic the Hedgehog.
What is it?
She's Sonic's good friend now, who
Oh,
while they are not together as boyfriend and girlfriend, they accept each other, and Sonic goes over and likes to get tarot card readings from her every once in a while. That is actually part of the storyline of Sonic, because in Sonic Origins, for Sonic CD, there is a cutscene where Amy is reading tarot cards, and she keeps reading death. Then Sonic arrives.
That's nice.
There you
That
go.
explains a lot.
Sonic, harbinger of death.
That explains so much.
So yeah, so they enter this island, they get shot down, and all end up in cyberspace. Sonic has the ability to leave cyberspace, and so does. It's not explained why he has the ability to do that, but now he's then got to rescue his friends who are trapped in between worlds, while also defeating Titans, who are absolutely not Guardians from Zelda Breath of the Wild. They are absolutely 100% not.
When does Zeus come along and ask for help to beat his father?
He doesn't. It's also a weird one where Robotnik, or Eggman, or whatever, is a passive person in this. I mean, he sets up the whole defensive mechanism that lures Sonic over there, but he gets trapped in said mechanism as well. So that's a bit weird. And then there's this floating ghost girl, who has apparently gone through all the possible opportunities and says that Sonic fails in every single one of them. Which is...
Apart from the one she's in.
Yeah, apart from the one situation where, well, he's currently getting corrupted. So yeah, you have to save friends by going around exploring the map, filling out the map, going through mini levels. It's mostly open world apart from like these zones that they call portals, that you play a little bit of a weird, messed up, digitized version of either Green Hill Zone, Sky Sanctuary Zone, or Chemical Plant Zone. They're currently the three that have gone even so far. You can also fish with Big the Cat, who is not trapped.
Big's your friend.
Who's not trapped between worlds. He's just trapped in cyberspace, but he doesn't care because he gets to fish.
Wait, you still get to fish with him in Cyberworld?
Yeah, you get to fish.
To be
So
honest, I'm starting to like the fact they're in a Cyberworld.
yeah, it's weird. So it's like there's this set of islands that have the ability to go to cyberspace, and then you got these cyberspace bits. The zones are cool. The open world is okay. It's janky as God knows what though, especially bits where it doesn't seem to decide whether it's going into a fixed 2D space or going open world 3D and getting a little bit messed up in the middle. It could be better though. Let's just go with that. It
Anything
could
could
be
be better.
It's got potential, but it is like Sonic Team decided they looked at Nintendo doing Breath of the Wild and went, yeah, we should do that. Let's get on board with that.
Did you ever play that Sonic Knight thing?
You mean the the storybook collection?
Is that what it was?
So
Where
there was Sonic
he
and
was a
the
knight?
Sonic and the Black Knight, and Sonic and the Legend of the Secret Rings. They were basically like infinite runners, or endless runners, or whatever they were. No, is the long-winded answer to your to your short question there. No, never got round to them, and they also weren't fully great.
Okay.
Not that it would stop me from giving them a try if the opportunity arose, but it's just
How old are they in this?
they're still perpetually as old as they should be in the game. So like Sonic is like 16, Tails is like 8 to 10, Knuckles and Amy around Sonic's age. I think actually Knuckles is like older. What I've noticed is that since they got rid of the voice actor, or since they changed voice actors for Sonic, he seems to have hit puberty.
Okay.
Because like in the original Sonic games, I always just remember I was saying this with Martin as well. It's always like, "Hey guys, hey, I got attitude. Hey, no good." And then in this Sonic Frontiers, just like, "Hey Tails, how's it going?" Was that whoa, whoa,
He
whoa,
got a
little bro?
deep voice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's Sonic Adventures. Sonic Frontier. No, Sonic Adventures. What I'll play next Saturday. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Right. So, Steph, we're going to probably get round to talking about the game you played. That game
No.
being Hogwarts Legacy.
Don't know what you're on about.
We do. Let's just go on to this idea that I know that many of the Immaterial Gamers are playing Hogwarts Legacy. There is no ill will towards anyone regarding them playing Hogwarts Legacy. What I'm about to say is personal from a Ryan perspective. Steph, Terry, D, Sapphire's got it as well, right?
Terry hasn't got it. He's using Sapphire.
He's using Sapphires. Well, as far as we're concerned, Terry slash Sapphire, Taffire, Safari, whatever the ship name you want.
Yeah, I really do feel like Sapphire has the overwhelming personality and would probably take majority of the name.
Yeah, so it'd be Safari, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Safari, Steph, and D are currently playing the game. I'm not. Martin was, and then he's watched gameplay of it and has been put off by it.
Martin played it?
No, he's watched footage of it. He's watched he's watched various of the bajillion Twitch streams.
I have not watched any
that are playing it. Half of them I've noticed have said key provided by Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers are on the big PR offensive at the moment, and that is because we've got to talk about the giant elephant in the room, the giant J.K. Rowling shaped elephant in the room, and her anti-trans sentiment, which has pushed a lot of trans players away from the game to the point of a boycott, and I can absolutely understand the reasoning because of that. For me, I'm on the idea that I looked at it, and like Martin, I've been put off by the game. It does not interest me. Personally, now after sitting there and watching it, watching a lot of backlash has been going on as well, personally, I wouldn't even if I was wanting to play it. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm knowing quite a lot of trans people who are feeling pretty betrayed by everything that's going on, and I can understand that. At the same time, and this is putting me in the worst position. I'm one of those who's sitting there on both sides. At the same time, I absolutely know
Oh
that
my.
Steph and Safari and D, who is a member of the community, are playing it because they enjoy the world. It's something they've looked forward to, something they've wanted to do. Now, granted, I could probably also sit there and they're probably looking at a way of separating art from the artist, which sort of can be done. And let's be honest, you know what? J.K. Rowling has dug her own bed. Well, it's like, made her own bed. She can lie in it.
True.
So, what I'm simply saying is, fuck J.K. Rowling, and there are people who are going to be playing. They're going to be playing the Wizard game. So, with that in mind,
With a
how is it?
king. I'm enjoying it. I'm not actually that far ahead. I know Terry's not that far behind me. D's miles ahead of us
Hmm.
because he just runs.
D has that thing. We were discussing last night after the Zen session. D gets into the games with the feeling of wanting to just complete them and complete them quickly. Which at that
I
point,
can't do that.
if D could carry on, we could probably get him to start doing speed runs at that point. So So
You are a speedrunner.
I am not a speedrunner. I'm not a speedrunner. But since I have kept myself away from a lot of it as much as I have just not been interested in it, what is it actually about?
Um, see, I remember when the whole thing came out about it being the whole discrimination against goblins.
Yes,
But
there is
now
a
it,
mention
it
of the Goblin Rebellion, which let's
yeah.
also, jeez, oh god, it's like a minefield. It is like a minefield. There is mention because the game's setting is 19th century England or 19th century Scotland, isn't it? Because it's Hogwarts.
Yes.
Um, so this is way before the it's way before Fantastic Beast, way before Harry Potter. It's as Martin said, it's set when Dumbledore's 9 years old. It's creative license to do anything you want in the wizarding world without affecting the main storylines of the films. I get it. Now, there's this minefield. There's discussion about the Goblin Rebellion, which is what the main, like what Steph said, was the setting, or like was mentioned, and that's got its own problems. Dear God, do we have to talk about the anti-Semitist outlines for that? I'm trying. I'm so trying. Please continue.
I can't hear a word because I just sent it this damage. Give me a sec.
Oh dear.
Okay. You
Yeah,
said
I just
continue.
talked about the Goblin Rebellion and how people have found that unfortunately the year of the Goblin Rebellion leads into the exact year that there were anti-Jewish riots happening in Germany, which is also on the awkward scale. But please continue.
Yeah. So you're a fifth year at Hogwarts
Yes.
that has been transferred there. By the sounds of it, you didn't know anything about magic before you got here
Yeah.
because you get sent a tutor to teach you a few things before you get to catch you up.
Right.
But beforehand, you don't seem to know a thing.
Hmm.
So you get sent the tutor, and while you're coming back, his wife sends him, who goes missing,
Yeah.
sends one of their friends from the ministry,
Hmm.
uh, I forgot what you call it, a parcel,
Right.
which is a strange little capsule thing, and they can't figure out what it is, and as soon as you see it, you go, but it's glowing.
Mm.
And it all turns out is that your character can see ancient magic.
Mm.
So anywhere there's ancient magic, you see it.
Right.
And then then slowly start using. You then can slowly master it. So far I've got to the point of I'm on the thing it's called trials,
Right.
where you're learning where if every trial you can complete will slowly increase your knowledge of the what do you call it? What it's called? The how to put it? Your knowledge of the ancient magic, so how to use it better.
Right.
There we go. I don't know why it took me that long to figure that one out. But it does seem to like take a toll. It's like there is no moral system
Mm.
in this game because that's something new I found out. To be honest, I kind of guessed it because you don't really see anything. It's just who you become friends with and that. Like certain quest lines make you turn into a certain type of wizard you are. Right now, I think I'm just a general misfit who just
Hmm.
does everything because I steal stuff, I pull pranks, I do serious stuff, I do a bit of everything.
Right.
But then there's like there's a whole trait line that's all the way down for dark arts, so like curses and everything
Mm.
else.
So if you want to
Um,
be an absolute irredeemable bastard, you can be.
yeah, all three curses are in here.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Yeah, I can get one of them to be honest.
Fair enough. So,
I'm the right level and thing.
so is it what you were expecting? In fact, did you actually have any expectations going into it?
To be honest, I just knew it was Hogwarts,
Yeah.
and then I was like, go on then. The one thing I find a bit weird, seeing that every quiz I've ever taken for any Harry Potter thing,
Mm.
I've always turned out to be a Slytherin. And when I did the one for the Wizarding World website to join with my Warner Brothers account to bring that character to this, it actually says I'm a Gryffindor. I think Ryan's more concerned I'm a Gryffindor. Ryan's more of a Hufflepuff, aren't you?
I'm a person who I'm Ryan.
Hufflepuff, we know you are, Ryan.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever.
You're the biggest Hufflepuff anyone we're ever gonna meet.
Right. I now feel like I need a bath. Don't know why. I just want to wash myself of awkward discussions. But if you're enjoying it, that's fine. And if anyone else is
Oh, yeah.
enjoying it, that's also fine. Just understand that there's going to be people who are not going to enjoy it, and that's also fine. And that's been your PSA from the most awkward people on the internet.
Everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything is perfect.
Right, shall we have a laugh at Ubisoft's expense?
Why? What have they done now?
I'll tell you. We'll put this into the into the link here. So according to NME and other gaming publications, the did you know the Divisions 2 is still going?
Yes.
Did you know that there was supposed to be an 11th season of the Division 2
No.
that was supposed to be out soon? No?
I know
Good.
some streamers have started playing it again recently.
Yeah. Probably so they can feel guns. Pew pew pew.
Oh yeah.
You know, that sort of bit. Anyway, so there has been a delay to the release of Season 11 of The Division 2. Due to Ubisoft being locked out of their own code that's stopping them from issuing server or client-side updates to the game. According to the NME here, it says in a statement published on February the 9th, so when was that? Thursday? What day are we on now? Yeah, we're on the 12th, so Thursday. Ubisoft announced that while it was trying to fix a localization issue that caused Season 11 to be delayed, it had unintentionally found another error that crashed the game's build generation system. They locked themselves out of being able to update their own game. Or they had at the time. Can Ubisoft do anything right?
Doesn't sound like it.
I was about to say, Steph, thoughts? Those thoughts are
It
Ubisoft
really
fucked up.
doesn't sound like they can. I don't get how they've done it though.
Yeah, I mean, I know that bug fixing is a tough thing, but how do you screw yourself over through your own systems? To be honest, how does fixing localization cause the ability to release a build to screw up? Surely they should be about as far apart as possible.
You'd think that.
But hey, so we can have a laugh at Ubisoft's expense. Ha 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 ha! Ubisoft, have you cleaned house yet? Have you sorted your issues out? No? Okay then. Cool. Do you like stats, Steph?
What do you mean?
You played Lost Ark, didn't you?
Yeah, what?
Yeah. Well, did you know that Lost Ark has basically celebrated a year of being live very recently?
Actually, yeah, because it was in beta for quite a bit.
Yeah. So there's an article here on Eurogamer that basically states that what's it called? Infographics. That's the thing. Like what's it called? Like Destiny when a year comes out, it's like, here's how many people captured the flag in whatnot, and here's how much, here's how many ghosts have been found and all that stuff. Let's have a look at this picture of some of the stats on this. So for one year anniversary, and this is the headline that Eurogamer brought up. There have been, across the accounts that have been playing Lost Ark, 1,672,050,487 player deaths.
Okay.
I just love it. Nearly 7 million hours broadcasted on Twitch. 313 million hours watched on Twitch. 8 billion mounts have been summoned. Who keeps a collection of these stats? Why would you keep these stats going? There's only 700. There's only 786,000 guilds. The funniest one though, oh Jesus, the PvP damage dealt. What is that? Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. 29 trillion 695,327,291,260 damage was dealt. So I guess people love their PvP.
I'm not a big fan of PvP.
Yeah, but they love it. So it's just a funny thing. I like stats. I just like coming up with random ones. I mean, like half of those, live on Twitch, I can completely understand. The amount of times people have died, that's funny. The fact that there is a stat that people have said for the amount of feasts that have been created. And also, just while we're here, fuck my cocoa seeds. Too many of them. Way too many of them. I enjoyed it
Yeah.
while we were playing it, and then just sort of fell off once it sort of like once you hit max level and it sort of went into the weird open gameplay. I just dropped off. I did enjoy what I liked of it. You kind of did the same thing, from what I remember. I don't know which of us dropped off first, whether it was you or me.
I have no idea.
Well, I think we all ended up dropping off again, but maybe re-download it at some point, go back into it, see what's changed. That might be an idea at some other point in the future. What else have we got? Oh yeah, because we've got to keep the hits coming on. Oh, bad news. So over the week, in fact, was it this time last week? There was a massive earthquake in Turkey and Syria, measuring 7.9 on the
I
Richter
have to
scale.
say I didn't do that one.
Is there something you want to tell us? No? Okay, fair enough. So yeah, unfortunate, you know, situation, very depressing situation that's happened in the two countries. Massive loss of life, and the fact that there's still issues with aid getting out there, and the death rate continuing to climb. Let's be honest, it fucking sucks. There's no other way of saying that, and there've been issues in regards to there's deaths that have been sort of announced. I know in the gaming sphere, one of a female Valorant player was reported missing at the time of the earthquake, and unfortunately, later on the week, they'd found her and she'd died as a result of that earthquake. And Riot Games, I know at that point, responded by then basically saying, right, yeah, we're gonna sort of looking at donations, looking at matching donations, stuff like that. We're just gonna, do stuff, get stuff on the ground. Bungie also did the same thing, and that's what the last little bit of news that we got here. This is according to Game Rant. There was an event. Let's have a look. How did they do this? I'll probably just read this in regards to it. I can understand. There we go. What other ways of game companies get you to donate for stuff? Provide an item or an emblem in this particular case. So there was a compassion concentric emblem that players of Destiny could get if they donated to the Bungie Foundation, which the idea of that was then to provide relief and aid over to Turkey and Syria for the earthquake release, and in 24 hours they raised $200,000. So, fair enough. The fact that even with stuff going on in the world and crazy, issues with cost of living and stuff like that, when it comes to donations for aid efforts, it happens. Good on them. I mean, the article references Awesome Games Done Quick, which I don't think we actually mentioned on a couple of podcasts, but recently they raised 2.6 million for charity. So, yeah, charitable causes are still a thing and should still sort of happen. Of course, that doesn't stop countries from maybe sorting their own sorting shit out and trying to reduce the need for charitable causes to continue to happen. But while it's still there, everyone should do it. You've let me ramble.
You always ramble.
Thanks. Thoughts?
I have none.
I didn't mean in generally, I meant particularly for this story.
No, I have none.
Steph, everyone.
Yeah.
Blood from stone. Right, I guess we've hit a decent time for this podcast. Truncated, not many people, awkward news, depressing news, people being pulled away because I've said depressing news. It's that thing. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, you're a sick fucker.
I enjoyed
Stefan is Gryffindor would like to join.
it.
So that's the thing. You can always give us a like, give us a share, subscribe on the YouTube channel. That's what that bar at the top of the screen is all about. Up there. And if we get that bar to 100%, which is 100 subscribers on YouTube, the second of our 12 hours one idiot streams will occur. But we'll get to that in a second. So, we'll go through the schedule for the coming week. Tomorrow, the not yet titled Monday stream takes us back to Hi-Fi Rush. Please watch me play Hi-Fi Rush. It's a great game. I love it. It's a rhythm game where you don't need rhythm. But it helps. If you want Devil May Hi-Fi. Well, watch.
Devil May hi.
Hi-Hi. Hey. So that's happening. Tuesday, currently nothing. It's open. Something will happen. Are you back with Darius on your bullshit on Wednesday?
Should be.
Okay, so they should be. Back with dual play. Stefan and Darius playing more Void Train because it's not finished yet. It's that simple. Thursday, Teamfight Thursdays, we'll be back on the Convergence for more Teamfight Tactics. Friday is play session. Maybe, depends on what's going on for setup. Saturday, the 18th, I've realised, Steph, I've made a huge mistake.
For what?
For this. For 130 emblems in Sonic Adventure Director's Cut, 12 hours, one idiot.
I know this.
No, you... Do you?
Yeah.
Do you know the fact that I've got a wrestling pay-per-view that same day? Ryan's Sunday is not going to exist.
It's just got even better.
Ryan's Sunday is not going to exist. That's just how that's going to work. So, yeah, that's the thing. I've chosen the wrong camera again. There we go. That one.
Are you off on the Monday?
No. No, I may have to call in. At that point, I may have to call in a favour for a host for the podcast on Sunday. But yeah, so 12 hours, one idiot is the whole point of it is, and I think if I just explain this, I'll just explain it again. I'll keep explaining it until I'm blue in the face. The idea is not to complete the challenge. The idea is, if we complete the challenge, that would be great. The idea is to get as close to the end of the challenge as possible. In this case, it's playing Sonic Adventure, a game that I have not played since I was 11. So just take that into account. Not played properly for 25 years. Or 24, 25 years, whatever. Dear God. And try and do a challenge run of it. So that'll be fun. Tune in at stream will start at 8:45 GMT. That'll be what, 3:45 Canadian time? I don't expect any Canadian to watch that, but Well, at least not the start. People could join in and try and keep me company throughout the 12 hours because it's going to be lonely. It's going to be lonely. I think Steph might join me at some point.
I will join you around 3 o'clock.
Okay then. So that'll be what? So that's 6. That'll be 6 hours in. I'll be dead at that point.
I'm only hoping.
Yeah. So that'll be the case, and then Sunday will be the podcast with whoever's alive. So that's just how it works. There will be no role-playing Not In Me games this week. So take that into account. So you can always give us a follow on Twitch as well. I mean, we've got some followers. We'd always like more. We'd like to convert those followers into viewers. So that'd be also nice if we could do that. It'd be great. Have you got anything you want to add?
No, not really.
Okie
Kind
doke.
of think.
I should just do the wrap up then.
Yep.
Fair enough. Right. Have a good rest of the day, or wherever you're doing, whatever's going on. And from me and Steph, we shall see you next time. Toodaloo. Say bye, Steph.
Toodaloo.
There you go.
Toodaloo. I really don't like.
Good boy.
You'd change that.
Yeah.
You'd change that, right?
No,
Hey.
I think I'll stick with Toodaloo. Right. All right. Fine. Peace out.